masterclass is running. My countdown clock is showing we've got 1 minute and 40 seconds left, but I think looking at my computer, maybe the countdown clock is a little slow and it's time to start. Please do write in the chat field where you're from. I've got a couple of volunteers tonight that are helping. Carl's just turned on his camera. And Carl's one of the volunteers helping this evening to answer questions. So please write in the chat where you're from, because it's really nice to know. We've got people coming in, of course, from many countries, not just the UK. We've also got a volunteer coach for tonight, Denise. I think she's there in the background, and she'll be bringing her camera and a microphone on and sharing her screen as I guide her through creating her goal map as a demonstration for everybody else. Already somebody's posted in the questions and answers. Stockholm, Sweden. Love Stockholm, and was due to have been there a few months ago, but instead I was online in a virtual event because of the restrictions on travel. So please tell us where you're coming from. Write it in the chat field. If you're not familiar with Zoom, the chat button, look at the buttons along the bottom. You'll see one which is chat, and you can post there where you're tuning into, from rather tonight. So I'm just going to have a quick look now at Surbiton, Sweden. So all the S's there. Cheshire. More people, Cheshire, Bristol, Surbiton again, Australia, Ibiza, more people from Sweden, London. Amazing, really. So look, super to be with you, and I'm sure there's more people going to join, because like I say, over 600 registered, and some people do join a little late. I'm going to take the screen share off for a moment, go full screen. I'm going to turn off this background light behind me. That's better, a little bit less glare. I've been running these free masterclasses every month since this is 5th month now, and the numbers are just building. It's a joy for me to be able to do it. My mission for so many years has been to help people lift their life to a higher level in all the different areas, using the various techniques I've created. Goal mapping is the main leading system. And so in these master classes, we've been focusing predominantly on using goal mapping to help you lift your life to a higher level, especially through these challenging times that we live in, and also to lift yourself in the process. Each month, I focus on a different area of life, and gradually you build up a series of maps to help you map your life. Now, before we go into the practical demonstration of helping you goal map your life, and in particular tonight create a goal map for financial freedom, I want to share with you a presentation giving you the key points, the essence of what it is that I believe is really important, the things that each of us need to learn in life. And so I'm just going to bring up the PowerPoint presentation now. And if you don't know me, and I know many of you that are logged in this evening, you do know me, you've seen me at presentations in different countries around the world. But if you don't know me, then let me tell you that I've been making presentations now on personal development and goal mapping for 25 years. I've been a speaker now for 27 years. And from the very beginning, what I've believed is really important within personal development and self-growth in life generally is to be clear about the essence. And the essence for me is right here. Your thoughts create your reality. Now, it's a really simple statement. It's just 2 lines. Your thoughts create your reality, but it conveys a world of depth. And it could be the serious study of a whole lifetime. Your thoughts create your reality in yourself and in your life. And this series of free masterclasses that I've been running these last months are dedicated to really helping people to understand this. In fact, the last 25, 26 years of my life have been dedicated into helping people to understand this. And just because something is simple in its statement, it does not mean it's simplistic. There is great depth here. And the more simple we can make it, the more accessible it is for us to use it. When something is very, very complicated, it's sometimes hard to apply it in life. If you can make it very simple, then people of all ages, all walks of life can benefit from it. My mission since 1995 has been to share a technique called goal mapping. Here on the screen is a goal map. This is one of my main goal maps, and it's one I've been working with for some years. Some goals are very long-term goals. They don't happen quickly, even though we may wish they would. My big goal here is my life mission, my life purpose, which is to help lift the lives of 7 million people with the systems for success that I've created. And here on the map, you've got the main goal right in the center, and then on either side are aspects of that main goal. So where am I helping people to lift their lives? Well, people in business, big and small, it's helping them to achieve targets, complete projects, and find the work they love to do. It's helping students in school to gain grades, aim for a brighter future. It's helping families empower themselves, children and adults, and I help all ages with well-being. A lot of therapists now use goal mapping. Now at the top of the map, the top part, why. So why are the goals important to you? In the center, we've got main goal, we've got side goals. Why? Well, for me, the reasons are help more people have more freedom in their life, help the world be a better place, make a difference, and to give a little more love. And then a goal is not a goal if we don't have a date. So you can see there's a timeline. And I created the first purpose goal map like this about making a big difference to millions of people way back in 2006. And I've had to adjust the date because I was over ambitious in how quickly I thought I could reach 7 million people. And here you see the date, 23rd of the 12th, 2023. How am I going to do that? Well, I've written books and I've made DVDs and videos, and of course the online software. Now, if you're not already subscribed to goalmappingonline.com and you're not using the free software, then you are missing out. It's as simple as that. There are thousands of people downloading the printable paper templates, and it's a great creative process to draw your map on paper. Let me tell you, it's not the most powerful way. Hand on heart, having your map online. Even if that means you draw your map and upload the drawings and put it online, it is 100 times more powerful online. And you'll understand why as we go through the presentation. I'm giving more seminars and presentations in this last year during the lockdown than I ever have in my life. But I've spoken to maybe 500,000 people now around the world in 30 countries. And goal mapping as a system through the books and the CDs and DVDs and now the online program has reached 5 million people. Part of why 5 million people have received goal mapping is because there is an army of heart-centered and like-minded humanitarian coaches, trainers, therapists, 1,400 coaches, trainers, therapists, business leaders have chosen to become certified in goal mapping and to teach it on a professional basis. And it is really, and I acknowledge them, their help beyond anything else that is really now reaching out into the world. And we have ministers in Africa teaching goal mapping to children, and we have people in South America and Australia and throughout Europe, and in all walks of life now, there are coaches and trainers and teachers that are choosing to empower the people they care about with this simple but amazingly effective life skill. On the left-hand side at the bottom of the map is the who. And so sometimes the who is you, and you see the bottom who is I am focus, me, and also with the help of my core team like Carl tonight on the call, and my promoters, my network, and the Lyft Academy. So just to give you an understanding of what a goal map is, it's like a vision board plus. It's so much more powerful because of the different elements included in the map. There's what you want, but also why you want it, and when, and how, and who, and the whole thing communicated through words and pictures, left brain, right brain, to create whole brain activation, help you to become consciously clear, command your subconscious to move towards goal, and to activate higher consciousness, invoke that law of attraction, and get the universe on your side so the goal comes towards you. I will do my best to have a look in the questions as we go through the evening. But for now, I'm relying on both my colleague Carl, and also I know that we have a number of certified teachers and trainers of goal mapping on the call tonight. And I call on you now, I'm calling you to action. All of my coaches and trainers, please get involved and answer some of the questions that are coming up from people. I'm dyslexic, so to be able to make the presentation, look at the PowerPoint and read and answer the questions is a little bit of a stretch. I will engage in it later as we move through the mapping process. But for now, I'm going to ask that some of the other trainers and teachers that are certified in goal mapping and can answer those questions do so. Let's move along. So goal mapping used by business, big and small. Here's some of the bigger famous brand names: Siemens, Disney, Microsoft, Coca-Cola. And my passion is, of course, children and schools. This is a group of Swedish school children, and we have school children not only from different countries around the world, but also, of course, primary school, secondary school, university, even graduate programs here in Lagos in Nigeria. In fact, this is the top private school in Lagos, Nigeria. You can see the children there with their goal maps aiming for a higher aspiration in life. Sports people using goal mapping, fitness and well-being. 3 times world champion Katalin Konya here on the screen with her goal map, giving her the edge to supercharge her visualization. She was so impressed with the results, not only winning the world championships, but choosing to become one of the trainers empowering young women in Copenhagen to follow their dream. Even world-leading coaches such as Tony Robbins endorsing the system, saying how effective it is for sustainable success. So look, here within the master classes, and I'm going through the information. Some of you will have seen it before, I know. Other people are new. So if you've seen this before, please bear with me. We're getting on to the fresh stuff. But for those people that are new, they need to have an understanding of what it's all about. Every month, we go through helping people create goal maps. You can do it on paper, you can do it online. My recommendation is online. We're going through 7 goal maps. We're on month 5, so we're on the 5th goal map. The very first one, right in the center of the circle here, the mandala. Create a goal map that's the overview for you living your best life. You want to have that starting big picture essence of what is my best life and what do I look like when I'm being my best in the future as a central thing to aim for. And then gradually You want to give more detail and map out the more specific things you want to achieve in the important areas of your life. And so after mapping your best life, create a goal map for your authentic happiness, create a goal map for feeling fantastic, raising your self-esteem, a goal map for well-being in all of its aspects, which was the focus of last month's masterclass. And now tonight, financial freedom is what we will be exploring and creating a goal map for that. And then on to next month, I forget the date, but I think it's something like 20th of February, harmonious relationships, and then living with purpose. And then I'm going to go into another technique called life mapping. And then after that, we'll see if there are people that would like to engage in the process again, because I understand some people only joining now and other people wanting to catch up on some of the maps that maybe they've missed. This is the most important time that you could be investing an hour in yourself and creating your map. And I want to say this right up front, because I often say it later and some people miss it. It's not listening to me that is going to make this work for you. It is you working the system. This is a tool that really works. In fact, the reason why this system has reached 5 million people and it's used by Microsoft and Siemens and all those people, and that Tony Robbins recommends it, is because the system works. I don't have a fancy marketing system. I don't have a sales team. I'm okay as a presenter and a writer. It's the system that works, and that's why people have recommended it, even to Microsoft and Tony Robbins. It will only work if you work it. And so if you haven't downloaded the printable paper templates, go do it now. If you haven't logged on for the free software, go do it now. Because listening to me for the next hour and a half is not going to make it work for you. You creating your map, and then more than that, you looking at it once a day and saying the words, take you just a moment, is what makes the map work. And if you work, it works for you. And this is a really important time in human history, let alone our own lifetimes, for you to really go out there and work it. Long-term success is not an accident. It happens on purpose. It starts with the thoughts that we think. Our thought starts the process of creating our reality. A goal map helps you to capture those good thoughts. So right in the center, we've got a main goal, then we've got side goals. At the top, we've got the reasons why, and then we've got a timeline with a start date and an achievement date for the main goal. When, and then we've got how, and then finally we've got who. Right? 7 key steps of conscious achievement. You saying, you commanding the universe, here is what I desire. By capturing it in words and pictures, you activate your whole brain. Left side of the brain is more conscious mind, focuses on words. Right side of the brain is more creative mind, connected to the subconscious and works through imagery. We need to use both. In addition to goal mapping, I have 4 systems. So here, life mapping, again, words and pictures, but a life map focuses on developing you as a person. You map your quality of character, what it looks like when you're being your best. Action mapping, again, words and pictures, stimulate the whole brain. And this time the focus is on changing habit patterns and choosing new positive behavior. Self-mapping. Self-mapping is the deeper end of my work. It's about bringing your high self, spiritual you, low self ego together, bring the high self and the low self into your true self. And here in the self map is a reflection of that. I teach all of these systems together as one holistic system because I believe that each of us are a combination of thought, feeling, and action. Our repeated thoughts become beliefs. Our repeated feelings become attitudes. Our repeated physical behavior, our actions become habit patterns, all of which has an influence on shaping who we are as a person. our self. And through our self, our beliefs, our attitudes, our actions, we have an influence on our life. We can't control everything in life, of course. There are many things that happen in life that are way beyond our control, but we have an influence in how we shape the unfolding waves of change and circumstance in life. Goal mapping is designed to help you to have an influence over your physical reality, the physical goals you want to achieve. Life mapping is designed to help you be the person that's going to go out there into the world and walk the path and do the things that help you to achieve those goals. Action mapping is so you can align your habit patterns and choose those behaviors that empower you rather than the behaviors that we sometimes pick up through the circumstance of life that limit us. And then to bring it all together, self-mapping. So you bring your high self and your low self together to become your true self, the true, authentic you. All of these systems are freely available within my downloads, instruction, printable paper templates. Some of the systems are available in the online program, and I teach all of them combined with the deeper spiritual principles that I've come to believe in my program, Warrior Within. It's a program that I ran last springtime to help people through the first lockdown, and I'm running it again starting on the 3rd of March, so 6 weeks from now. And this is a program that will run every Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock for 7 weeks. And during those 7 weeks, we're going to take people through all of the different mapping systems and exploring all of the different deeper principles that are the foundations of those mapping systems to help people to be their best, do their best, and achieve their very best, even through this challenging period. And if you would like to join this program, my colleague Carl will paste the link, but you can also go to the website, you can find information. It's right here, shinewithbrianmain.com/warrior-within. Shine is the more spiritual end of my work. It contains all of the different mapping systems. I'll be sending out a recording of tonight, and we will have this link in the recording. Carl will also post it in the chat field. When we really choose to be our best, it's going to always be a combination of thought and feeling and action. And by bringing those three together, because who we are as a person and the way our life is starts with our thoughts, it's empowered through our feelings, and then it's further amplified through our action. And if we use techniques like goal mapping, life mapping, action mapping, so we're working on all three elements, and at the same time aligning ourselves with our true soul purpose, our life purpose, then we grow as a person and we become our very best. That's the focus. That's the output of Warrior Within. There are special exercises. There's a lot of sharing going on. There's deep dive on the content. If you'd like to join it, it would be an absolute pleasure to be your guide, along with many of my other top coaches who have already taken the journey once and are now looking forward to joining and making the journey again with everybody else who chooses to join. So let's now focus back on the goal mapping system. Start with a goal map for being your best, and then a goal map for the mental. And the greatest mental achievement is authentic happiness. And then a goal map for the emotional and self-esteem and feeling fantastic. And this has been the journey over the last few months. If you want to see the recordings, they're in the Facebook page, Goal Mapping, Facebook/goal mapping. Go there, scroll down, you can see the past recordings where we streamed live. The physical was last month, which was vibrant well-being. Tonight, we're going to focus on financial freedom. And then next month, harmonious relationships. And then finally, living with a sense of purpose. 7 goal maps to gradually map out the important aspects of your life. Now, the process is this: you create your goal map, and in creating your goal map, it starts the connection of the brain cells. And then you look at your goal map, and I have mine right here. You look at your goal map once a day. This is my health and fitness goal map that I've looked at for the last month. You look at it once a day, and as you look at the pictures, you say the words, because that helps to activate both sides of the brain. And the reason why I ask people to create their map online like this one is because as you look at it once a day and you say the words, new thoughts, new distinctions will come to your mind, and you want to update it. And on paper, that's difficult. Here's one of my paper goal maps. I drew this a couple of years ago, 2016. So my words, 5 years ago almost, 4.5 years ago. I love this map. And it's a long-term goal map, and I've still got it in my folder. But lots of new ideas have come, but I can't update it because I drew it on paper. And when you have your map online, you can update it with the new insights that come. And that's why I recommend to you having an account with the online goal mapping. So let's start to explore financial freedom. I want to go through the key points of financial freedom, and then I'm going to invite Denise, who's waiting patiently in the background, I hope, to step forward, share her screen, go to her goal mapping account, and I'm going to be her guide. We're going to change pace. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to slow down a little. We're going to go for a guided visualization. Going to help Denise create her goal map. And here's what I really recommend, hand on heart, is that you have either the paper templates ready or you've signed up to the online program so that you can follow through. Denise is very generously volunteering to do this openly. We've never met before, so I'm going to coach her openly. And the reason she's volunteering for that is as a demonstration for everybody else so they can create their map. So please take the opportunity and go download the templates if you haven't done so yet and sign up for the online program. And as I've said, my recommendation is the online software. First question then, what does financial freedom mean to you? For a long time in my own goal maps, I just used to say, well, I'm financially free or I'm financially abundant. It's not enough. Imagine that your subconscious mind was like a magical genie, or it was, if you want to be technical, if you're a bit more left brain, so right brain people, it's a magical genie. Left brain people, it's a sat nav, like in your car. If you're not clear about what you wish for with the genie, or if you're not clear about the destination you write into the sat nav, guess what? Even though the genie is faithful and obeys commands, and even though the sat nav is sophisticated and brilliant, neither one will get you to your destination. A couple of years ago, I had a presentation to make in London. I couldn't remember the address of the hotel. I wrote London, and the sat nav took me to the center of London. It was nowhere near. It was like an hour more away from my hotel. If I put in the exact destination, the sat nav is taking me to the exact address. If I tell my subconscious genie clearly, here is the command, the genie then is helping me manifest it in my life. If I'm fluffy, I get fluff. So I'm financially abundant. It doesn't mean a lot. It's good, I think, to know what exactly you want. Financial freedom gives you choices. And the reason why my mind has changed in recent years is because I've met a number of financial advisors that now call themselves life planners. And instead of saying, give me your money, I'll go and invest it, which seemed to be the way it was years ago with financial advisors, these days they're saying, think about the life you would like to live in the future. So if you imagine, and it's up to you, it could be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years in the future, what do I want my life to look like? How do I want it to be? And then calculate roughly what you think it would cost. And I know it's got to be a guesstimate, because life's always changing and prices are always rising, not often falling, but you can have a little bit of a guess at what that life's going to cost 5, 10, 15 years or more in the future. And then the question is, why do you want it? Why do you want it? And if the reasons are really good, really empowering, really clear, then it's a case of mapping out how you're going to achieve it. It will always be a combination of mindset, heart set, skill set. So mindset, we will need the belief that we can achieve that financial freedom, that we can enjoy that future life. Heart set, we will need the winning attitudes and those emotions that help us, especially in difficult times when our belief becomes weak. We will need the skill set, things we need to learn and develop if we're really to make the journey and achieve the things we want to achieve. It doesn't just happen by and bringing in the law of attraction. That helps, maybe the starting place, but we also need to apply skills and actions. So mindset, heart set, skill set, we need all of them, because that's how we influence life. And we are doing it all of the time, for better or worse, whether we are aware of it or not. Each of us are creating our own reality. And sometimes we create our reality unconsciously by thinking about what we don't want. And our subconscious brings us more of that, because the genie doesn't get to choose. It obeys the commands. And when you think a lot about what you don't want and with strong feelings, then the genie is bringing you that, even though you don't want it, because it just obeys. Understand, worry is like negative wishing, negative goal setting. When you worry, you're holding a thought of what you don't want, and you're adding strong feelings, and you end up bringing a lot of that worry on yourself. And so many people are doing it at this time. And it's not a judgment, it's an observation, because I've been there myself. And when life is tough, we fall into the trap of worrying without realizing we're actually making it worse. How do we make it better? Create a goal map. Because a goal map is purely positive, and in creating the goal map, you're forming the brain cell connections, you're creating the pictures, the whole brain activation of what you do want, and then look at it once a day and say the words to override that negative command that may be going out to the universe or to your own subconscious. So what are your beliefs? What are your attitudes? What are your behaviors? Quick think about this now, that are going to help you to move out of debt if you're in debt, and into financial freedom, or if you are already out of debt, to increase your financial freedom. Financial freedom means that you get to choose whether you work or not. If you're able to choose, oh, I'll work today or I won't work today, you are financially free. If you can choose that without consequences, if you can choose to not work this week, this month, this year, not that you're forced to because life has changed, but that you choose to, that you have enough income to support you, then that is financial freedom, regardless of the amount of money. It's to the standard of living that you aspire to. And here is my financial freedom goal map. And right in the center, got a main goal. I am a wellspring of wealth. And I've chosen those words very carefully. It's a reflection of my belief that first and foremost, the wealth starts in me. It's not something that happens by a random piece of good fortune on the outside. I'm open to random good fortune. Come on. I'm not resisting it in any way. And I love it when it arrives. And at a deeper level, I know that I create my own reality. It starts with the thoughts I think, and me telling myself that I'm a wellspring of good fortune is the foundations. And then on a more practical nature, I grow my active income 100%. Active income is me receiving an income for working. I've made so many presentations just in the last week, and many of them have brought an income, and there are other presentations I've done for free. And then on the other side, I grow my passive income 300%. Passive income is the income that comes whether I'm choosing to work that day or not. And so for me, passive income is things like my book royalties. And I've got, oh, where they gone? Book plug time. Got two of my books right here. And my publisher's magazine, Mind, Body, Spirit. Where's that gone? Here it is. It's a new article on one of my other books, Self Mapping. I've written 4 books. So there's a magazine article out now. So royalties through things like books and licensing, that's passive income. And I'm interested in building my passive income because for me, that's like my pension. And then you can see my reasons why at the top of the map, helping to lift more lives. If you don't make the money, you can't really go out there and make a difference in a big way in the world. I don't believe so. Freedom in myself, free to do what I want, go where I want, be where I want, and also being able to provide for my loved ones. I've got a timeline on this up until 2023. With many of the other maps we've been doing, I've been suggesting to people 1 month time frame sometimes 2 months. Here on a financial goal map, much longer time frame. I'm going to recommend that you create your own map, look at it for 30 days to get those brain cells connected. But of course, the map can be much longer. And then on the how, you can see the different things I'm going to do, like growing my active customer base and users of my program, etc., etc. So goal mapping, 7 simple steps. First step, dream, have a little visualization. Second step, use your left brain logic, identify the main thing. Here we'll focus on financial freedom. Step 3, map it out. Step 4, get clear about why you want it. Step 5, when do you want it? How are you going to do it? Who's going to help? Go through those 7 steps. Out pops your map. And this is what we're going to move on to now. We're going to look through the 7 steps of goal mapping. I'm going to guide Denise through creating her own. I hope you will download the templates to create yours. The combination of our thoughts and our feelings influence our behavior, the way that we act, and that leads to our way of being. And what we are talking about to help us in financial freedom is being abundant. Very quickly, I'll share with you my past for those of you that are new. Just so you understand my journey and you understand why I feel so passionate about this material. I was born into a traveling funfair family. Here on the screen is my great-grandfather open in London with his amusements. And this is my grandfather's helter-skelter. And actually at this time it had been inherited by my father, who's walking through the swamp water here because they got flooded. This is my father's fun fair. And all of my family still travel. We eventually came to settle on the Isle of Wight, which is where I am tonight. And I went on to run the family business. I was one of the youngest licensees. I opened disco when I was very young. I was successful for a while, both materially, financially, and then it came to an end. And at age 29, I was £1 million in debt. I was homeless. I was unemployed. My marriage had broken down. My wife had left. So I was on my own. I really didn't know what I was going to do. I had no qualifications because I'd left school at 13. I was dyslexic and I'd never had a formal work or employment in my life. And let me tell you, life was looking pretty dark at that time. No home, no job, no work, and no skills, no qualifications, no work experience, £1 million of debt, can't read and write, and my wife has left. So it was a pretty tough time. I was offered a job with a sales company and a network marketing organization on commission only. I didn't really understand it. I joined. I wasn't very good at it, but it became a turning point in my life, and mostly because I was introduced to the teaching of personal development, self-improvement, and in particular, the simple science of brain cell stimulation and how positive thinking actually works. And it started with this statement by Henry Ford: whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. And I'd heard it before, as most people, but I didn't understand there was a science. And the science is very simple. Each of us have 100 billion brain cells, and each one of our 100 billion brain cells, or neurons, grows these little branches called dendrites. They're all separated by a gap. It's called the synaptic gap. If the thought that you think is positive, that could be a positive thought about yourself, your life, your financial freedom, your ability to create financial freedom, even in the midst of the coronavirus storm. If you hold a positive thought, that positive thought stimulates the neuroreceptors in your brain to release a chemical called serotonin. Serotonin's the happy chemical. Think a positive thought, within a few moments you release serotonin, start to feel happy. It doesn't happen by accident. There is a science that takes place. Serotonin, not only the happy chemical, but also the connector chemical, network chemical, helps to join the brain cells together, allows the thought to continue on its journey. And as you form that brain cell connection, you have that aha moment, that new light bulb idea that helps you overcome your problems, and you see a better way forward and you feel more motivated. Now, at first, brain cells join, you feel, oh yeah, innovation, the idea comes, I'm inspired, I'm motivated. Then the brain cells break apart again, and we're not feeling so inspired. And this is why it's so important to learn the simple art of goal setting. Because if you set your goals in an effective way, it helps to re-establish that brain cell connection. And every time you imagine your goal, every time you tell yourself you're going to do it, every time you picture it in your mind, you strengthen that brain cell connection. And as you make more and more connections, you activate more and more of your brain. You engage your right brain by having a good vision of the future, lots of ideas and creativity. You engage your left brain with being able to logically identify, all right, I'm going to take this idea. Here's my plan, simple strategy, so that you can be effective in your action. And the greatest, most successful people that have ever walked the planet have had this brain balance where they can work with their right brain creativity and take that idea and turn it into reality. If you think you can, you will. If you think you can't, well, you probably won't. Because when you think negatively about yourself, your life, your situation, the negative thought stimulates a different part of your brain, and it releases a different chemical, cortisol. And cortisol is the chemical that gives us the feeling of sadness and depression. So you think about something sad, you start to feel sad. I watched the news earlier. There was a report about the NHS doctors being so overwhelmed at the moment. And even now, thinking about it, it triggers sadness. And so be very mindful. It's not to say you don't empathize with other people. There's so many people going through such a difficult time at the moment. But choose what you focus your mind on. Because sometimes if we overly focus on what is wrong, not only do we send a command to our subconscious to move us towards that, because your subconscious can't make an evaluation between right and wrong and good and bad. That's why so many people go into some form of self-sabotage. They start to overly think about what they don't want. That's what happens with athletes. When they think about miss, they miss. We need to focus on what we want. If we fall into the trap of thinking about what we fear, we send that command to our subconscious, we release the cortisol, we stress ourselves, we can actually make ourselves very, very ill by doing that. And of course, the problem grows in our mind. It looks bigger and bigger and bigger. And so the key is we want to hold a positive thought and activate our whole brain through it so that we can be very effective, very innovative. Being an innovator is the key to survival in these modern, fast changing times. Whether that's in business, it's in home education, it's in any area of your life, including going down to the supermarket and staying safe. How do you activate that whole brain? Hold on to that positive thought. You capture that positive thought in the form of a goal map. And in doing that, you amplify the power. Dream board visualization plus. Do it on paper, do it online. Go to the online. If you are already subscribed to the online, create another map. You can do it for absolutely free. And I really encourage you, if you're able to, please upgrade to the first paid level. The silver level allows you to have 15 goal maps. You can have one at the free level. You can have 15 plus a life map, plus watch 4 hours, 4.5 hours of video from the goal mapping workshop. Download all of the workbook pages. I'm not looking to oversell it here. It's the price of a decent cup of coffee for a month. And I've set the system up so you can upgrade, try it for a month. You can access all of the family material. I'll tell you what, if you don't like it, you can just downgrade again. You're taking the chance on £5. I've made it as easy as possible because it really annoys me when I sign up for something like my fee antivirus and they make it really hard for me to unsubscribe. I made it really, really simple and really, really safe. And we don't share the data with anyone and we don't bombard people with marketing materials. Upgrade, you'll find there's a lot of value there. And if you don't want to, don't do it. And we won't stop you from using the program. It's always there. It's always free at the base level, on paper or online. But if you'd like to explore the extra material, including that family center to help with home education, then the upgrade is just $4.99 for the month. Give it a go, downgrade again next month if you think it's not for you. So it's time to create the map. Done a lot of talking, ready to start chilling a little bit. Denise, are you there?
I am here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you and everyone else can hear you. And I'm going to say to everybody else, take this opportunity while me and Denise are setting up and I'm going to sit down to go and sign up if you haven't already done so with goal mapping, or to open your account, or if you've got your paper templates, go get those and the colored pens, and me and Denise are going to set up. Are you still there, Denise?
I am.
Okay, can you turn on your camera?
Brian, it says that only the host can do that.
Okay.
I can't do it on my computer.
Okay, let's have a look. I think maybe I turned it off earlier. Have you got your goal mapping account open, Denise?
I do.
And do you know how to do screen share?
I've clicked on the screen share button and it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, I've just made you co-host.
Right, okay.
And so you should be able to share your screen and also turn on your camera now. And I'm just seeing if I can help you with that as well. Okay, so I can see your screen.
Lovely.
Not seeing you yet.
There I am.
Wonderful. Okay, so side-by-side gallery. There we go. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you very
Feeling
much
nervous?
for this
Feeling
opportunity.
okay? Thank you for being patient. I know.
Okay.
Goodness, almost an hour. We haven't met before, have we? Before tonight. But you've
That's
created
true.
other goal maps in the past?
I have.
Okay.
Yes. Follow your work closely, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. That's nice to know. I'm sorry that we haven't had time to connect earlier. Makes it more real though, so I'm sure the audience won't mind. When you're ready, will you click on Create New Map?
Okay.
And we're going to create a goal map tonight, so I want to click on Create Goal Map. Yeah. Thank you for agreeing to the cookies. If they were chocolate ones, I think more people would agree. Now, first step, we're going to go through visualization. And I'll do the guided visualization live for us. I just want to say one thing up front, which is a little bit unusual. And it's specific really to this map, financial map. But the thing I'm going to say is, I believe it's quite important for people to be quite specific with their numbers if they're going to reduce debt or increase savings and those things. And I think it's really important that people also are comfortable and keep that very personal information private. I was conscious of it myself with creating my own map recently because I knew I was going to share it tonight. So the principle is, Denise, that it's really important to be precise and clear, and I wouldn't at all want you to feel under pressure by putting down numbers and things, because there are a lot of other people watching tonight. What I would say to the other people is, please do put down those numbers. You know, if your desire is 100,000 euros a year, because that's what you desire, have that as the target for your income, or more or less, or what is right for you, because there's a different amount right for everyone. For yourself, Denise, let's go with goals that you're comfortable with. And I'm happy to look at your map afterwards if you then want to put numbers, and we can treat it then very confidential, just with me and you. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
That,
Okay.
that's very clear. Yeah.
So guided visualization, then we're going to go through it. It's going to take us a few minutes. I would ask that everybody else follow through as well as we go through. And I know it's a strange thing to do. I think we've got like 160 odd people on the call, but I'm going to ask you, Denise, to shut your eyes for a moment. I'm going to shut mine. We're not going to have any background music or anything. We're just going to have a little bit of silence. And I'm going to go through this visualization to see your ideal day in the future. So, big deep breath in through your nose. Breathe out slowly through your mouth. And as you breathe out through your mouth, saying the words relax 3 times to yourself in your own language. And I'm saying in your own language because we've got people coming in from many countries. And again now, when you're ready, a deep breath in through your nose. And this time as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying the words, I am, 3 times to yourself in your own language.
I am. I am.
And once more now, a deep breath in through your nose. And this time as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying the words within, 3 times to yourself in your own language. Relax. I am within. I'd like you to imagine a stream of relaxation flowing in through the top of your head, like white light, soothing, calming, relaxing all of the areas that it touches. Imagine now relaxing your scalp, your forehead, your cheeks, your tongue, and your jaw. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed now. With each easy breath that you take and each sound that you hear, the relaxation moves deeper. Relaxing your chest, relaxing your stomach, down through your body. Neck, shoulders, arms, hands, seeping all the way down now through to your hips, your thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. A gentle wave of relaxation softly flowing through your body. Imagine now walking along a beautiful sandy seashore with clear blue skies, soft rolling waves and a warm sun. And as you walk along this beautiful carefree beach, you find a small blue bottle poking from the sand. As you pick up the bottle, the top comes open and there appears a large blue shining genie. The genie says, your wish is my command. Anything you truly desire, I will grant you. I want you to know you have that power to command that universal genie and to achieve your ideal goals and dreams. Go forward in time now, seeing your life at a time that is right for you, and take a walk through an ideal day that represents you living your ideal life with an ideal level of abundance and financial freedom. Starting from when you first awake in the morning, notice how good it feels having had a carefree night's sleep without financial worry or burden. knowing that you can live your life as you wish, that great feeling as you awake in the morning, knowing that you've done it, you've achieved it, you've set yourself free. Have a stretch, get out of bed, dress yourself, and start to move through your ideal financially free day. Notice the house you're living in. Maybe it's the same home. Maybe you've renovated that home. Maybe you've moved to a new home, maybe in a new location, maybe even another country in the world. Maybe it's a second home. Take a look around that home. Notice who's with you. Dress yourself for the day ahead. How do you spend your ideal financially free day? Are you choosing to work? Maybe contribution to others, help within your community, teaching other people the important things that you have learned. Notice the carefree attitude that empowers you to find that flow within your day and to move through your life with a sense of ease and grace. See how you're able to help and support those you really care for. Notice the activity you're engaged in throughout the day. And notice the great winning attitudes with which you live and work and enrich the life of others. See how financial freedom helps you to live the life of your choice and to nourish yourself, enhance yourself, empower yourself and those you care for in all the important areas of your life. Supporting your family, helping out in your community, making a difference to humanity. When you're ready, come back to this time, this moment, and bring with you all great ideas, intentions, and insights that serve you, knowing it's all possible for you. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. And without talking really, unless there's something you want to ask, I'd like you to write 5 things that are at the front of your mind that you just thought about into the little dream space and click Add Dream after each one. They will appear as a list on the right, and I'm going to be quiet, and then we'll speak more once you've written 5 things. If it won't let you more words in, that's because of keeping the statements a little bit tight. But I'll show you how you can extend it afterwards. And while you're writing and I'm quiet, I would encourage everybody else to be writing their goals either in the paper sheets or in the spaces online. Okay. Now, these are really good goals. What's important when you're setting goals to make them powerful is that the words and the pictures have meaning. The main way to give meaning to the words is to make sure they're written in the form of an affirmation. And your goals are already in that form, which is really good news, Denise. Now, let's give your goal map a title, because I can see you're clicking on the box up there. So I think you already know that part's important, and I would recommend this for other people. Create more than one map. And if you're going to have more than one map, it's important to have it in a form where you can see it instantly. And this, of course, is a financial freedom map. So a title that reflects that is always good. Well done. Now the system's on auto save. So when you make an enter like this or a change, it will automatically save. Let's go to your goals now, Denise, and read. If you click on the little pencil button at the far right of your statement for the top one. So I have time, freedom, support the charities I care. So click on that. Now, once you click on the edit, you can add in more words. And the only thing I would caution people on here, the longer the statement, the less meaning it will have. Because the subconscious mind responds mostly to affirmations. And what makes an affirmation is it's always written as personal, positive, present tense. So some people, when they write goals, they just write two words, get fit. That's not an affirmation. It's not a command to the subconscious. It's a statement. I am fit and healthy, personal, positive, present tense, makes it an affirmation. Now you have the goal here in the form of an affirmation. So I have time, freedom, and support the charities I care about. That's an affirmation. And in terms of words, a little bit long, but not too long. If you'd have add a lot more in, would become too long. I want you to read it out loud one time to me, please, Denise.
I have time, freedom to support the charities I care about.
Now, I want you to give it a score between 1 and 10, how powerful does it feel to you? 1 is low, 10 is high.
4.
4, right. So
I
let's
have an idea though.
go on then. Now, before you update it, let's go back to it. I want you to read it out loud one time again, please.
I have time freedom to support my charities.
1 to 10, how strong is it feeling?
It's much stronger, I'd say 7.
Okay. Now try this for me, please. Will you change the first letter of each word to a capital letter? Now, again, will you read it out loud one time, please?
I have time freedom to support my charities.
Now tell me, 1 to 10, how does it feel now?
Yeah, I'm much happier with that. I'd say 9.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking you to read it out loud, there's 3 reasons. I've got 4 fingers up, 3 reasons, all right? So one reason is when you say your goals out loud, and this is the same for me when I do it every morning, it's much more powerful when you hear yourself saying it. And in hypnotherapy and psychology, they call it a double reinforcement. You're hearing yourself say it. It's more powerful. Second reason is when you read your goals out loud like this, I can hear in your voice when it's more powerful for you. There's like a more solidness to your voice, a greater substance. And I could hear it the last time you read it out. There was more substance. And the thing that's amazed me, and it's only really possible with online goal mapping and not really with paper, and I've been teaching goal mapping 25 years, most of it's been paper over those years. But in the last few years of doing goal mapping online, what I've noticed is by getting people to play with a statement, it's a little bit like playing with the focus of the lens of a camera or the tuning of a dial on the radio. You only need to move it a little bit and it makes a big difference. And all you did there was you changed the lowercase letters for capital letters. You cleaned up the statement, but it took the power. I think in your first time you read it, you said it was a 4, right? We went from a 4 to a 9 by making some small changes. And sometimes just changing one word and putting letters in capitals and sometimes a whole word in capitals makes a world of difference. Now I want you to click the update button, and I want you to bear in mind the principle, and not now because we're under the clock and I'm always conscious of people needing to be up for work and things. So I want to move along to the next step, but I would like you to come back to this step, and I want you to apply the same principle to your other 4 goals. Okay, so I just want you to see, do I want to add in a word? Do I want to take out a word? You're looking for that Goldilocks zone in terms of just the right amount, not too many, not too few. It's just the right amount of porridge, and you've got clear statements. And you can see, if you look at your top statement, you look at the one underneath it, I build teams enabling team members to achieve that, right? So the top statement's really sharp. And the one beneath it, the essence is there, and with just a little bit of work, changing it to capital letters, it will pop on the page and have real power. So good first step, good goals. I agree with all of them. Just want to tighten them up to make them more powerful. You already understood the essence of creating affirmations. A lot of people don't when they write their goals. Let's go to the next step, order. Step 2. Let's click on that, scroll down so we've got them all in front of us. Now, that first step, right brain, just about having a dream and then capture the essence in the form of 5 statements. This step, step 2, order, left brain, logic. And now we want to apply our logical, strategic mind. And the question to ask is, which one goal, once achieved, will most help you to achieve the others? You may want them all. You may even want them all equally. Logically, there is normally always one that's the priority one to achieve because it helps the others. Which of these 5, once achieved, do you think will most help you achieve the others? The teams one.
I build teams.
Right.
Yeah.
Click on that. That's all right. It's going to go blue. Now click in the center space. It's going to move there. Now look at the goals you've got either side. And very often these will all be from different areas of life. And sometimes we create a focused goal map, a project goal map, and they're all focused on one thing and they're just sort of different aspects of the same thing. When you look at the goals either side of your main goals, you've got a main goal about you building, enabling teams, members to achieve their success and things. I take that is the rest that's coming in.
That's right.
So with the side goals, do you want to move any of them from left to right or up and down? It's not strategically important, this next part. It's about making sure it's pleasing on the eye. Sometimes when you look at the map, you think, oh, I wish I had it over there. I want sort of life and work balance or this and that. So you can move any of these about. Just it's click and click. Yeah. Well done. Happy with that?
Yeah, happy with that.
Now, bear in mind, you can go back to step 1 later and you can change the words and the letters like we did. And you can come back to step 2 and you can move these around again if you want to. And this is what I love about digital goal mapping rather than paper. Because as you look at this map over the next few days, you'll see things you want to change. And on paper, it can be a little bit frustrating when you can't change those things. But here, it's like a couple of moments and a few clicks of buttons and you've changed it. When you're ready, let's go to step 3. So now underneath your word statements, we've got icons. We've got an edit button that edits the text. And then we've got a picture icon, which allows us to add images. Now, here's the thing. The more meaningful the picture, the more power it's going to have. So having like, so I have time for you to support my charities. If you had a picture of one of your charities there or you supporting one of your charities, that's going to have a turbocharged level of power. Because we're live tonight and we're looking to help other people, it may not be easy for you to upload those pictures. So sometimes when you're creating a goal map, you just want to stay in the flow, use any pictures that are okay for now, but understand that if you invest a little bit of time into uploading those pictures that have a deep meaning, they will have a huge amount of power. Let's click on one of them and put a picture in as a demonstration for all the people watching. This is about you exercising. Right, I see you've already uploaded some pictures. You know how to do it then?
I do.
Okay, so let's tell people that everyone gets their own personal image library. When you first open up, it doesn't open up in your personal image library until you upload your first couple of pictures. And Denise has. And so it opened up on some of her personal pictures there. and nobody could normally see them unless you're on a webinar with me doing a screen share. They would stay personal to you. So you can feel safe and private with your pictures. And for quickness, if you don't want to upload your own pictures, we have a series of image libraries like Denise has just used, where you can choose images. Let's put another one in, Denise. So on the categories, and then you can choose. We're going to go relationships. And let's put in the rest just so that it makes the map look nice as we progress through, even if you change them immediately afterwards. And of course, there is a search field for those people that want to go and search the internet. It will connect with Pixabay or Unsplash, which are both public image website libraries where you can choose pictures and there's no copyright infringement or anything, and you can click on the image and they will go directly into your map, or you can use the folders as Denise is doing now. Well done. Okay, let's scroll back up to the top of the screen. And let's click on step 4, why. Now, what are your 3 strongest emotional reasons? So sometimes this can be a reason like, well, I'm free, or you know, I travel, or it could be a more physical thing like I'm able to give my children the start in life I desire, or you know, they're in good education. So it can be a physical thing that has a strong emotional reason, or it can just be an emotion like feeling free, feeling secure, feeling safe. What are your 3 strongest reasons? And I want you just to be intuitive on this. And also, Denise, I want you to write them in the same way that you wrote the goals. So if you were to say free, it doesn't mean so much really to your subconscious and universe. I am free is an affirmation that commands. Okay, so write them in the same way that you would for the goals: personal, positive, present tense. Nice. They're really, really nice affirmations. The subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what you want and what you don't want. And the reason I laughed just now is because I thought about a game that I play with children, my own children included, especially when they were little. I would tell them to think about not wobbling. Close their eyes, think about not wobbling, think about not wobbling. They would wobble because the subconscious is very literal. It's why when you tell young children don't touch, they touch. If you noticed it in very young children, say don't touch, and they touch. So when you put down something like I am stress-free,
Yeah.
your conscious mind knows what you want. Your subconscious just takes from that stress. So what is the positive opposite of stress?
Peace.
Lovely. I can feel it from here as you write it, just thinking about it. It's healing. Let's add 3 quick pictures that balance the words and the brain, and we'll go to the next step. And again, I've been encouraging everybody to follow through as Denise is creating her map. I hope it serves as an inspiration for everybody else to follow through and create their own. Remember, as I've already said, it's really not knowing this information. It's like knowing it's good to take some exercise and those things. That doesn't actually bring the benefit, knowing. It's the applying. And so applying yourself, creating your own map, following through with the actions, doing the things you need to do. That really invokes the power of manifestation and helps you to achieve your best life, your dreams and your wishes. Cool. Well done. Let's go to step 5. This is a quick, simple step, but a really important one. It's what makes a goal, which is when. Now you can see 19th of January start date comes in automatically, and it gives a 3-month timeline just as a starting place, but we can choose a date. And this is always a balance of intuition and logic. So intuitively, what feels right for you? And if you click on that year field where you were, you hovered over it, you can choose by the month. And if you click again, you can choose by the year. So if it was a long-term goal, and some financial goals often are. So firstly, you would click on the year that you want, then click on the month that you want, and then you click on the
I'm
date.
going to do this a different way.
So month, a year, month, day is the way that it works.
There we go.
Okay. Happy with that? 19th of January 2022, 1 year from now.
Yes.
Okay. Again, it's another aspect you can change if a greater insight or realization comes to you. Let's go to step 6 if you're ready. If you scroll down a little, you'll see the field. Now, 3 key things or levels of achievement that you need to reach that's going to move you towards the achievement of your main goal. Remember, all your different goals may have different dates, and there will be a lot of detail, especially if it's a longer term goal map, like mine's sort of 3-year goal map. Yours is a 1-year goal map, but there'll still be a lot of things. When we want to chunk the detail down though into steps, and you can always, and you have the gold level of the membership, Denise, so you can add in a lot more detail. You can create 100 maps if you want. And sometimes you want to take the first action and create another map of that to drill down to another level of detail. Daily, weekly, monthly, track my progress. Good. I like that. Now, what else? Again, stay focused on that main goal. Okay. Is that visualizing your goal map daily?
Yes.
Okay. That's often on my maps as well. Now, one more thing.
In communication.
Is that with the team you're looking to build?
Yes, yes, it's with the team. For me to empower them and for them to be, it's important that we're in good communication.
Okay.
And it's to be regular, and I don't know how to write this down.
It may be that you will define greater levels of detail. If you click the add when you're ready, and then if you look at the icons, in this section there's an extra icon, which is the 3 dots and the 3 dashes, and that's the to-do list. Okay, so you can click on that and you can add in a whole to-do list for each of these actions. And you can move all of it around, because this part of the map is a little more left brain, and it's about making a plan and following that plan. And I will show you how you can print the to-do list out. It's got tick boxes, so you can tick it off. You can add in a lot of detail, and maybe importantly for you, Denise, you can share this with other people, with team members. You can create even your own team space in the online program at the gold level, like you are. And each of these to-dos that you're putting in now can have their own specific date. You'll see as you write them in opposite, you've got a place where you can set the date, and you can see that the action that you've identified, the to-do, is highlighted. So you can edit it afterwards, and you can slide them up and down, because for a to-do list to be really effective, you want to be able to prioritize it. You want to know which, my day's been so busy today, I can't tell you, but you want to know which things do I need to do today, which things come first and the other things afterwards. So you can slide that up, so you can slide it down, and I'll show you before we finish how you can do that with the whole of the map. Right? resequence things, move it all around. Let's put in 3 very quick, simple pictures just so that we're bringing the map together. We'll take the last step. I'll explain how we use it, and we'll be on time roughly for everyone viewing tonight so that we're not keeping people up too late or needing them to go too long through the recording afterwards. Very good. Any that feel okay for tonight?
Okay. Where's the step one? That'll do.
Okay. Back to the top. The last step now, who? Now, the who is the person that's going to help with those steps that you just put in, the actions. So the how, so who, how, leading us up to achieve the what, the goal. Now your first how, the first thing that you wrote, do you remember what it was?
No, I'm in regular communication with people.
No, that's the top one. What's the bottom one? It always goes from the bottom up because the first action, it's like a little plan. First action is going to be nearest the start date. So I daily, weekly, monthly track my progress. So go back to the who. Now, who is going to be most important in helping you to daily, weekly, monthly track your progress? Is that who you, or is it another person or persons? Or is it a resource? Is it a book? Is it a group? Is it a mentor? Who?
It would be me, and to create trackers.
Okay, so now this is about quality of character. When the who is you, it's not powerful to say me. And it's a little bit more powerful, but not much more, to say Denise or Brian. So who in terms of quality? I'm consistent. Love it. Well done. So I am consistent. I am. You're telling yourself to be that way. This is an affirmation to yourself, to your subconscious, to release the chemicals. Being consistent is created through brain cell connection and chemical release and command to the subconscious. Let's click that who. Do you remember what your second action was?
I visualize my goal map daily.
All right, so who is going to be the main person with that? Is it you or someone else? I think we know the answer to this one.
I am being
focused.
Might need a bit of help with this, Brian.
It's about being, and I've let me ask you a question here, and this is for the wider audience. And I know we're getting a little bit late now, but it's an important question. So when do you think it's hardest to look at your map?
Maybe later at the end of the day when you're tired and you've got all of the day's activities in your head.
It is, and it's also particularly hard when the day hasn't gone well. When things aren't going well, that's the hardest time to look at the map. And so being consistent, I am consistent, is one of the most important qualities when it comes to looking at your map and saying the words. It only takes a moment. It's a really easy thing to do. And the things that are easy to do are easy not to do. And some people fall out of the habit pattern. It takes about minimum of 10 days up to 30 days to create a habit pattern. So being consistent with looking at your map first thing in the morning as you look at the pictures, saying the words for the first 30 days is a really, really, really important, powerful thing to do.
So can I put that again as a, because I've used I am consistent for the previous.
All right.
One.
So can be I'm focused, I'm determined, I'm motivated.
Okay.
But it's that essence
focused.
of principle.
Focused.
Okay.
I'm focused.
Well done. And then your top action was, and I think you had it the first time round when I asked you the question. You remember the top one? Yeah.
Regular communication with people.
So obviously the other people, because communication is always a two-way thing, but who will you need to be in that?
I am present. Present. I believe I need to be present when I'm in communication.
I love it.
Regular communication with people.
Well done. And again, let's add 3 very quick, simple pictures, just so that when we go to the map, it is showing up as complete.
Focused. Present. Consistent.
Just any that are okay for tonight, Denise.
Okay.
And now,
okay,
quite like the last one actually. Let's go to the last step, view. Let's see the map. Now, just before you go too far up into the map, do you see just above where it says your top why? I share my knowledge in service to others. You see that picture in your statement?
Yes.
Now just above there, do you see the red button that says coach?
Yes.
That button. Right. You've just shared your map, this map, with me into a coaching page that I've set up between us. So that after the session tonight, we can stay connected, we can message each other. Any changes you make to your map, I'm going to see, but only me and you will see it because there's more than 100 other people watching tonight. This is your financial map and it should stay personal and private to you. But understand we can continue afterwards. If you just scroll to the top of the page, I'll just show you where you need to go for the coaching, so you understand. And you see up in the purple header, do you see the orange button? That's your coaching.
Yes.
Click on there. There I am as your coach. Scroll to the bottom of the page. And there's your map, all right? And any changes you make to your map is going to update there. And you'll see just above your map, we've got a messaging system where we can message each other. If we go back now to your map, there's a couple of important things to understand. And I think these are probably things you already know, but it'll be good to cover them for other people as well. Yeah, we can use the back button is fine. So, really important, once you've created your map, you've started the creation of the brain cell connections. Brain cells that fire together, wire together. 10 days minimum. This is modern scientific understanding, but it's also ancient wisdom. You can look at very ancient cultures going back thousands of years, like the Hindu culture, where they use this combination of words and pictures. Visualization being the pictures, affirmation being the words, that creates whole brain activation. So the Indian priests will chant a mantra, words, and they will visualize on a picture as they chant the words, a yantra, mantra and yantra, right brain, left brain, whole brain. Buddhists do the same thing. And we have this in all the mapping systems here in the goal map that you've just created, words and pictures. So top of your map, your reasons why, scroll down a little, and we're going to see the main goal, side goals, and you put in the pictures and everything really quickly tonight because I kept moving you along a little because of wanting to fit within the time frame for people. But you can go back now, take a little time and strengthen the word and the picture statement. Some people send me their goal map, Denise, and they say, can you give me some feedback on my map? And they've put in like 1 or 2 pictures, let alone meaningful pictures. They've only put in 1 or 2 pictures. And a lot of the map is blank. There are 7 steps in goal mapping because there are 7 critical elements of conscious achievement. And the core principle holds true for all. Whole brain activation through words and pictures. So if you want to make your goals strong, if you want to send that command to your subconscious and to universal consciousness, you need to go through all 7 steps with the words and the pictures. And you've got very nice, clear affirmations. If you go back up to the top of the map, now you can see over on the right hand side, there's an orange button that says generate image. Do you see that? Click that. That's what that's going to do, is that's going to create a file image of your goal map. It takes a moment just to pull it all together and put it into a picture. Now you can save that. You just sort of click on it, right click on it, and you can save that to your computer and you can print it out. You can have it as a screensaver. You can email it to other people. There's lots of things you can do. If you look at the top of the screen, it's opened up on a separate tab. So if you go back onto the tab right at the top of your screen at the top left, it will take us back onto the goal mapping page where we were. Maybe you've got my video over the top or something. There you go, you're on it. So you can generate a picture, you can print it out, and of course you can choose how you view your map. So you can view it like we are now, where it's the words and pictures overlaid, or you can choose to see it side by side, which is how the paper templates always were, or pictures only, words only, and you can copy the URL. You can also send that out to people. What I would ask you to do, and I think that you will, is I would ask you to print this map out. And not straight away, give it a day, feel it, change any pictures you want to change, play with the words, and then print out a copy, just like I've got mine here. In fact, I normally print 2 or 3 copies, to be honest. I've got 1 copy of this on my bedroom door, so that when I wake up in the morning, I'm looking at my map and it's a reminder to say the words. I've had people sending me messages saying they put their map on their fridge. They've stuck it with some little, you know, magnets to the door of their fridge, especially with a health fitness goal map. If it's a work goal map, maybe you want it up at your workplace. Put it somewhere where it reminds you to look at it and say the words. Another level of power comes when you sign the map, because giving your signatures like giving a promise, giving a commitment. And of course, if you want to, you can give it a date. You've got a start date there anyway. Now, and Sheila Lemon is saying, I just saw a message come up, have it as a screensaver. Yes, here's mine. Look, you can just see it on the screen there. So, Denise, I want to thank you sincerely for being brave volunteer tonight, connected at short notice. If anyone watching would like to be a volunteer on one of the coming sessions, write it in the chat now. Say, yes, Brian, I'd like to volunteer and be guided through creating my goal map. It's not only, of course, about helping you, it's about helping the people watching. Denise, before I take us off the screen share, show the rest of the presentation for this evening, any questions you would like to ask?
No, I'm very mindful of the time, so no burning questions.
It's really, really nice to be with you tonight. And please update your map.
Got that.
You've got that coaching page. I'll be messaging you afterwards through the messaging system. I wish you lots of love.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you soon, Brian.
So let me take away now the screen share, and I'll go back to the PowerPoint presentation and just quickly go through some of the key points, because it is, as I said, that creating the map is only the first level of self-actualization. And it's then living the map that's really important. Print it out, sign it. Your signature is your promise. Psychologically, it's you making a commitment. And then put it somewhere where you can see it and say it once every day. And if you are feeling inspired, share it. If you're looking for a safe place to share it here in Goal Mapping Online, or share it into my Facebook page. I monitor it regularly, making sure that it's only positive content on the page. Facebook /Goal Mapping is the Facebook page, and you can share it easily there. The next masterclass is coming on the 16th of February. And of course, you can create goal maps, not just for yourself, but with the rest of your family. If you go into Goal Mapping Online, where we just were, and I'll see if I can just come out of the PowerPoint for a moment and go into the main website. So here, go to the home page. You can see my latest goal maps. Go to the family section, scroll down, and I've got my audio book for children, parents goal mapping guide, parents goal mapping workbook. And if you're upgraded to the silver level, I've got the student workbook, adult ebook, parents empowerment video of me coaching my own daughter, and another online session here just a little less than a year ago, about 10 months, guiding my youngest daughter into creating a goal map to help her through this challenging time with COVID-19. You can also, of course, create a life balance check. Just watch the video here and it will guide you through the process so that you create a life balance readout that shows you where to focus. You can save that into your life journal. And in your life journal, you can look back on previous life balance checks as well as your goal maps. And here, the thing that I forgot to show Denise is your to-do list. And you can see mine here. So I've got all of my to-dos showing from all of my maps, or I can choose a specific map, such as my 2021 Awesome Business Boom, and I can see the to-dos on this map, and I can move them all around, and I can print it out, and of course in printing it out, I can have it and go through the tick items, etc., to choose which things are most important. If you're looking for a coach to help you, here in the Life Coaches, you will find many from many countries. So Stephen here in Spain, if you click on his profile, you're able to open up his goal maps, see what inspires him, what's important to him, get a feel for him. You can message him, you can invite him to be your coach. Here in the Life Path, there's 1 hour of free video. So earlier I covered a short section on the power of positive thinking. Go here into the Life Path and you'll find video where you can see much, much greater detail. It's live video cut with studio recordings. And of course, the main thing is creating your map. If you're at the upgraded level, there are 4 hours of video. If you're at the premium level of gold, then in addition, you can watch these focused recordings that I made in different countries around the world, some in my own home here in Oslo, another in Italy, where I'm covering a workshop similar to the one we've done today in the Masterclass, for the different areas of life that are really important to map out into more detail. I started teaching goal mapping to my children when they were just 5 years old. This is a goal map by my oldest daughter when she was 10, about being the best big sister she can be. And then in contrast here, a goal map from the senior team of Microsoft UK. And so simple enough that children can do it, and yet empowering enough that large organizations such as Microsoft and here Coca-Cola engage in it. Remember, it's looking at your map once a day that helps to form those brain cell connections. A good period of time is 1 month. So look at your financial goal map over the next month, and then in 1 month's time, we can move on to the next goal map and a new set of brain cell connections when I guide a volunteer through harmonious relationships. I really, again, recommend you upgrade. It's so simple. It's only £5 a month for the silver level, £10 at the gold level, or if you take a yearly subscription, it's a saving, and you can see there the levels and the prices. Because of wanting to help as many people as possible, which has been my mission for many years, I'm going to extend the presentations on a Tuesday evening. And in addition to the masterclass like we have tonight, I'm going to be answering questions from anyone next week in an additional session, Quiz the Coach. I'll be inviting in some of my top coaches that are certified in goal mapping. If anyone has any questions, I'll be going through all of those written in the chat field tonight, and I'll be inviting some people in to interact. Quiz the Coach will be run in a Zoom meeting rather than a webinar like tonight. In a meeting, it means your camera's on and your microphone's on. So I would ask everybody to switch their camera and microphone off when they join and only turn their camera and microphone on when they want to ask a question. Or if you want to just observe, you can follow along in Facebook. And this will be streamed into my Facebook goal mapping page. The link's already been posted a few times tonight, but I'm sure Carl will post it again. So if you want to interact, join on Zoom, and Carl will post the link for that, for the Zoom meeting, Life Path Zoom meeting. Or if you want to just follow along and not interact, you can leave your question here. I will go through all the questions and answer them, and you can follow it in the Facebook and goal mapping page. And then the week after, I'm going to take a deep dive into the content, because my big frustration at the moment is that I'm not getting to the deeper content that I really want to share. So next week's going to be Quiz the Coach. The week after, we're going to take a deep dive into the first of the 7 principles of Lyft, and that is raising awareness, where we're going to explore paradigms and beliefs and how they influence us. And then I'm going to invite one of the people that has created something amazing with goal mapping to share their success story on the 4th Tuesday in the month. So every Tuesday from now on at 7 p.m, there will be something going on with goal mapping. If you want to join, you can just follow along by watching the live stream on Facebook, or you can interact by clicking on the link for the Zoom meeting and register your interest to join. I look forward to being with you there. If you want to take that deep dive for yourself and empower yourself through this coming period, then I really recommend to you the Warrior Within journey. Over the coming Tuesdays, I'm going to talk more about it. I think it is maybe the greatest program I've ever created. The feedback on the program I run as a launch program last springtime was just tremendous. I'm so looking forward to running this program. There will be physical exercises, there will be activities to engage in through the week, and we will meet every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Each session will be 2 hours long. Each session will have sharings, it will have exercises, we'll be doing maps, we'll have a closed group where we can share in a safe space, and there will be challenges for everyone to engage in, so that everyone is supported to be their best and to go through an enormous physical, personal, mental and emotional growth. And on the call tonight, I know we have a number of certified goal mapping coaches and trainers. And if you're already a goal mapping coach and you're coming on the Warrior Within program, it also counts towards your certification to coach action mapping and self mapping. Here's the link. So if you want to go check out the detail, just click on the link. Carl's going to post it into the chat field. You can see it here on the screen. Have a look. If you think it's for you, we've got a very special early bird price. It will be going up 1 week from now, and then again and again as we go through the weeks up to the full price. For those people that are interested in becoming a goal mapping coach, and there are many that have messaged me in the last week, And we've had so many new coaches joining from all around the world, including from India and Australia, and throughout Europe and America. There are 3 levels to the certification. 1,400, and I think it's now 54. I will need to update the screen soon because new coaches coming in all the time. Goal mapping coach is focused on one-to-one. And then some people also want to work with groups. And so we have a second level of certification, which is the Goal Mapping Facilitator. And this is where you learn how to make a half-day workshop. And of course, that workshop can be made online using the Goal Mapping website. In fact, you can even create your own workshop and Goal Mapping product now using the online software. It's a brand new feature that there's been a huge amount of investment in over the last year. And now people are making workshops for businesses, public and health groups, and even recently a workshop's been made for the NHS to support them using the online program. If you're really looking to play a big game, then the Goal Mapping Certified Practitioner gives you the ability to run a full-day workshop, conference speaking, large audiences, all of this now available online in a combination of both group and one-to-one sessions. The youngest person teaching goal mapping is just 15, and it's been a great joy for me recently to certify a couple of new trainers and coaches, just 18 and 19, and one of them doing his first coaching session just today. The oldest person teaching goal mapping, 82, and she's helping people in retirement homes to keep their hope alive, keep their brain alive, because goal mapping, words and pictures, is a really great way of stimulating both sides of the brain. There are people teaching goal mapping in so many countries, more than 30 countries now around the world. And of course, people are coaching it in their own language. It's not necessarily coaching in English. And once you learn the certification, you can work anywhere in the world. You can work within any language you wish. And of course, you can attach the goal mapping coaching to other things you may wish to teach and coach. This is a great program for people that are brand new into coaching and looking to start up, because it includes everything that you would need to start your coaching practice. Not just the coach training and certification, but use of the online program where you can create your own coaching pages, have your own affiliate link, reach out to your own customers and contacts, whether they are in the next house to you, the next street to you, the next town to you, or indeed they're on the other side of the world. It's an international license to coach goal mapping, or if you're at the higher levels, teach goal mapping to a group, in a business, in a school, or in a public setting. It's a resource center, manuals, PowerPoints, videos, everything you need to operate your practice is there, and it grows week on week as we add more material. You can have goal mapping to work online, which is particularly important now during this time of pandemic and lockdown, or of course it also covers you to work with the paper templates and workbooks if you wish to in a physical workshop once the restrictions are eased and it allows that. It is a personal development opportunity for yourself. So in taking the coach training and the facilitator training, you will be guided in a series of one-to-one and group sessions to map your own life in 7 goal maps. And in the process, you learn how to help other people map their life and to move forward and learn how to use the system. It's a 7-week learning journey. Each coaching session is 2 hours. They're recorded. And the personal sessions, you can choose your own time. At the group sessions, if you can attend them, it's always best. But if you can't attend, you can receive the recording afterwards. You also receive membership of the Lyft Academy. So this is the group of heart-minded and centered people that are all teaching goal mapping around the world. And we meet every Monday in a private group to share our thoughts and our successes and our challenges. We support each other in helping to lift those 7 million lives. If you are not completely happy, it's an absolutely unequivocal money back guarantee. There is no license renewal, there is nothing to pay. It's a one-off payment to learn the training, and then you have the program for life. 4 group sessions, 3 individual sessions with a coach of your choice, someone that either speaks your own language or has already achieved success with goal mapping, working in a life area or marketplace that you desire. In addition, you also receive your own microsite and goal mapping profile here, at least here in Sweden, so that you're able to market yourself. So you're getting the training, getting everything else you need to reach out there into the world. And there is a selfish reason from me. That selfish reason is I want to achieve my lifetime goal of helping to lift 7 million lives. I believe it's my absolutely spiritual imperative and purpose. I can only do it with the help of a lot of other people teaching goal mapping. A comparative programs would be £3,000 to £5,000. For me, this isn't about a business. It's about a mission, a purpose. It's about making a difference. There are already 1,450 something coaches. Some of them have been coaches now for 20 plus years, and they're still working with goal mapping. It is a beautiful program to deliver. And I'm saying this absolutely hand on heart sincerity here. There is no greater feeling than helping someone change their life for good. Helping someone to make some big difference in their life. Whenever I feel down, I go and read the messages that people send me about how a coaching session with goal mapping has helped them change their life and they've never looked back. It is the most fantastic feeling. Sometimes people say to me, I bet you're tired after that presentation, Brian. Actually, it's the opposite. After doing a coaching session or training on goal mapping, I feel elated like I do now. It's almost like a natural high. It's just the greatest feeling to share this information, make a difference to others, just like someone made a difference to me. Because it was in learning that simple brain science that it helped me turn my life around. And if you have a passion and a desire to help other people do that, I can help you. At just £999 is the price of becoming a certified coach. Nothing to pay afterwards. You've got gold membership of the online program for life. And in addition to that, there are extra bonuses. So I know a lot of people watching have a passion to help children, as I do. See a picture here of me coaching my own daughter, Aisha. And so the Children's Empowerment Pack, the Youth Coaching Certification, is also included in your goal mapping coaching certification. So when you sign up to be a goal mapping coach, you're also going to receive the Children and Family Empowerment Pack and the training and certification to reach out and help children and families. And some coaches make this their main thing. Emily here in Italy has become quite famous, as she's been in many of the national newspapers since reaching out and teaching goal mapping within schools. And you can see her here, she's had a lot of media coverage. And so you receive the children's pack, all as part of the coaching, normally another £360, but we've included it in. And in addition, you receive 10 gold and 15 silver codes. Now, there are a lot of people online tonight that have already upgraded to the silver or the gold level because they want to create multiple goal maps. Silver is £42. Gold is £90 per year. If you sign up for the coach training, you receive 10 codes for gold. 10 times 90 is £900 alone in terms of the gold codes. 15 silver codes at £42. My math's okay, but you can see the numbers here. Those codes are included for you to do what you wish with. So you can give them as a gift. You can give them to friends, you can give them to family. You can resell them if you want at a discounted price or at the normal price, or you can include them in your coaching, especially if you're a new coach, so that you can add value to your coaching. If you're feeling a little unsure of yourself as a new coach, you can say, okay, I'm going to do this coaching session with you on goal mapping. We're going to do the screen share just like I've done tonight. And because you're going to do more than one coaching session with me, here I'm going to include a silver code or a gold code, and you can show the value of those. And of course, you are enriching your offer. You're adding value to your own coaching service, and it gives you that extra edge. In addition to all of what I've already mentioned, you also receive certification on life mapping. Life mapping, such a powerful program, and to be able to offer an additional coaching session to someone who's creating their life mapping is a truly empowering thing. A lot of therapists, a lot of trainers using life mapping to help people grow their quality of character and winning attitudes. And so in total, the goal mapping, £999, plus you've got the codes at £1,330, the family pack at £359, the life mapping certification at £599, total value £3,487, but all of it at just £999. And if you are also choosing to come on Warrior Within, you'll be able to coach action mapping, and you're also the certification in coaching self mapping. So total package then, and here the euro price, because we have a lot of people coming in from many countries. If you're interested to take this, here is the link again to the page. And I'll just make a last point because we're going to finish now. I'm already 20 minutes longer than I intended to be. This is not a time-limited offer. I know with a lot of these types of trainings, people go, got to buy now or you can't have it. No, this will be the same offer next month and the month after and the month after. It's not a time-limited offer. I only want people to join me that really want to teach this. If you feel that you're one of those people, then please join. If financially it's difficult for you, you can see here we've got a payment plan where you can spread the payments, and it just costs £100 more. In fact, a little less, I think, than £100 more. And I want to make it easy for people because I'm looking for good coaches. If you're really unsure, but you feel that you want to do this, if you feel in your heart, yeah, I want to do this, but I can't commit the money, or it's difficult for me, what I recommend to you is this. Create a goal map of you teaching goal mapping. Go through the same 7 steps that we went through tonight. Close your eyes, visualize yourself in the future, helping people change their life for good with goal mapping. See yourself helping the different people you want to help, business people, helping students in school, helping families, helping people overcome addiction, helping people change their life in an amazing way. See that in your mind. See the level of prosperity and income you would like to receive, and create a goal map. Let the system work its magic. And if you'd like some feedback, share it with me, brian@brianmain.com, and I or one of my coaches will give you feedback. Take the payment plan if that's right for you, or just commit yourself. Make that decision and let the universe reward you. I look forward to working with you, and I hope together, whether that's just for yourself or it's you as a coach, we're going to help to lift 7 million lives. I thank you for watching. It's always a joy for me to share it. Bless you for all those people that stayed through to the end. I know it's late. I look forward to being with you again next week for Quiz the Coach, every Tuesday now,